Happy Friday! Yay, we made it through another week. It's Friday, April 3rd. Coach Tav here with Canuck Home. Here we are, our warm-up for today, 6-minute AMRAP for quality. So again, focus on the quality of the movements instead of just trying to get through rounds. It's not a WOD, it's a warm-up. 15 jumping jacks, 5 inchworms, 10 crab walks forward and back, and 10 bear crawls, or 10 feet of crab walks and 10 feet of high bear crawls. Jumping jacks, pretty simple, guys. Again, staying true to the movement itself. We're gonna go nice straight arms, open and close. Looking at our scissors and our pencil. So think in your head, be in Coach Baz's kids class. Scissors, pencil, there's your jumping jacks. Inchworms. You know, travel if you want, have space to travel, or stay stationary. But you're going to walk out, hold, walk it back in. 5 inchworms. Crab walk. Again, hopefully you have some space, about 10 feet worth of space. You're going to get down into this position. I want hips up on the floor for 10 feet. Backwards and 10 feet forwards. You're going to flip over. And today I want high bear. So get your hips up as high as possible. Keep your shoulders over your heads. And you're going to bear crawl in high bear for 10 feet forward. And bear crawl backwards for 10 feet. You're going to rinse and repeat this sequence for 6 minutes. Once you're done here, we're going to get ourselves ready for some running today. We're going to do 2 rounds of the following. 10 quad pulls. So take that heel or grab that foot, pull it up to your butt, give it a squeeze, come down, switch legs, and hold 10 quad pulls. 10 knee hugs into figure 4. Get down on your mat. Nice and low. First, you're going to hug your knee in. Rotate your foot through. And pull it. Switch legs. Hug your knee in. Leg flips over. And squeeze in. You're going to feel that stretch on the outside of your hips. It's going to come in handy after all of our pistols and lunges and all the pieces we've done this week. You're going to go for 10 hurdle steps forward. You're going to imagine that there's a hurdle in front of you, and you're going to step over and around, hurdle over and around, going for 10 steps, hurdle over. You're still imagining that hurdle behind you. You're going to walk, you're going to hinge, you're going to step over and around, step back, over and around, step back. Just working on hip mobility. Finishing off that sequence with lateral speed skaters in that good athletic position, butt back, knees bent, core tight. You're going to come to one side and hold, and go to the other side and hold. One side and hold, other side and hold. 10 speed skaters. In the round, got to get our shoulders in play. Got my stick. Grab a broomstick. And nice and easy, 10 broomstick pass-throughs. And on the 10th, you're going to hold that stick up, 10 broomstick overhead squats. This is your movement prep flow for the day. I want you to do 2 rounds of all of that. 10 quad pulls, 10 knee hugs into figure 4s, 10 hurdle steps forward, 10 hurdle steps back. Lateral speed skaters, pass-throughs, overhead squat. That's your movement, that's your warm-up for the day. Have I been doing super thorough warm-ups with you guys? Yes, because I'm using some of that warm-up time to work on some weaknesses or prep your time for some weakness. Slips practice day. I told you guys last week that once a week we are going to be working on our slips. Right? Scales, L-sits, planks, inversions, and some stretching. We're going to devote the next 20 minutes to the following. 1 minute back scale hold. So core is tight, For 1 minute, I'm gonna plant this foot. Yesterday we did our Romanian deadlift. Some of you guys have trouble with that balance. So this is just gonna focus on this balance. So it's a back scale, foot is planted. I'm staying nice and engaged, trying to keep my back flat and come on down as deep as you can in that hold. You're gonna hold that for 30 seconds, switch legs, and hold. You might find that one foot is definitely better than the other. Your mobility is better on one side than the other. So this is your time to work on that. 1 minute, back scale hold, 20, 30 seconds each leg. Then we're gonna look at the 1 minute L-sit or the knee tuck. Now with that, what we're looking at, we looked at the L-sits yesterday in class, or in yesterday's warm-up. You're gonna need chairs. You're gonna need a chair or anything that, a chair or a a box, anything that you can suspend yourself on. So with that, you're gonna grab your hands and number 1, lock out your arms. Number 2, put your weight down on your arms to support yourself. 3, you're gonna pick up your knees and squeeze them, and this is your tuck hold position. And if you can do that, you're gonna point out your toes and try and be out in that L. Variations, if you can't go from the box. Yesterday we looked at pike ups. So yesterday we were working on the pike up position. For today, if you can't suspend yourself from the box, your scale for today is just trying it from the floor. Getting your heels up off the floor, trying it from the floor, holding those feet up, fight to keep your heels from touching the floor. So there's your box variation, here's your floor variation. You're looking at 1 minute of holding that position. If you're from the floor, you can't do the L-sit, it's gonna be a 1 minute tuck up, pointing your toes and just holding this position. Working a lot of the hip flexors and definitely the core. From there, we're gonna go into 1 minute of low plank. Now the key here is, guys, we're down on our elbows and forearms. My shoulders are straight over my elbows, and I want your forehead on your thumbs. Too many times people do low plank and it looks like this. They're leaning back, and they're not in that nice straight line. I want you right over your thumbs, staying nice and tight in that perfect plank. If you have trouble, put your knees down and try and hold that position. So your knees off the floor or knees down, but holding that nice stable table. Backs are nice and flat. 1 minute in low plank, and then 1 minute in paleo chair stretch. Now a lot of people don't call it the paleo chair, they call it just straight up squat therapy. I've got 3 variations that I want you to alternate through every time you get to this point. Number 1 is just the regular squat therapy. Sitting in 1 minute, coming down into that full squat position, using your elbows to push out your knees. You know, this is a position you should be practicing at home regularly, whether it's, you know, commercial break from TV. Don't sit on the couch, work on your squat. If you have trouble getting down in the squat position, we need to practice this more, okay? If you can't get to full bottom out position and you look like this, that's okay. What I'm looking for is chest is up high. We're not doing this. So try and sit chest up, pushing your knees out, and progressively trying to get a little bit lower each time. Make sure you can wiggle your toes in this position because I want your weight to the back of your foot. So midfoot to the back, that's where your weight should be. Chest is up, push your elbows out, nice and tight. So that's variation number 1, is the full squat, heels down. Variation number 2 is actually something we don't tell you to do all the time. I don't want you squatting on your toes, but variation number 2 is actually gonna work more on your ankle flexibility. We're gonna get feet hip distance apart. You're gonna come down in that squat. Knees are out. So I'm not knees forward and bending. My knees are still out, my torso is up, but I'm actually on my toes. And in this position, you can actually, if you have the balance, to wiggle for 1 minute from your forefeet through. So we're just working some ankle flexibility. Okay? Again, torso is up. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see you falling over. And I definitely don't want to see this where your knees are way out over your toes. My knees are still back. I'm just on my toes. Hopefully you can feel the difference there. Just working your ankles there, and you definitely will feel a little bit more through your quads and calves in that position. Third variation of the paleo squat, it's just going to be a Cossack squat, 30 seconds per side. So we've been working a lot on the Cossack, that lateral hip movement. You're going to step, hips back, lean, and with your heel on the floor, you're just going to sit and stay, working on getting your chest up for 30 seconds on this side. You're going to stand up, and 30 seconds on that side. Some of you guys, this might look like this. As deep as you can get with your heel on the floor. There's your Cossack squat. 20 minutes working on this stuff. Shake out, take your time in between if you need to. You should be able to get through at least 3 rounds of it in the 20 minutes. Brings us to our workout of the day. It is a controlled Nancy, or I call the 230 Nancy. We're going to be doing 6 sets or 15 minutes. Every 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 5 snatches, left arm. 6 snatches left arm, 6 overhead squats. 6 snatches with your right arm, 6 overhead squats. You're going to add in a 50-meter shuttle or a 100-meter sprint, so 50 meters out and back. You're going to rest the remaining time. You're taking your time every single round. Your slowest time of all 6 is your score for the day. Looking at your snatch, again, dumbbells are an easy implement. It doesn't have to be dumbbells again if you've been using laundry detergent jugs or anything like a water jug with a handle. Always check that your lid is on tight. Don't make the mistake that the lid flies off while we're doing these. Okay? What you're looking at is the snatch from the floor. I'm in my good hinge position, and from here, I'm gonna open my hips, my shoulder shrugs, my elbows come high and wide, and I flick it up to the ceiling, or I punch up. What it looks like in full motion is there. So here's my hinge, and I punch. I hinge, and I punch. Okay? I'm gonna go for 6 on this side, making sure I'm starting down at the bottom each time. On my 6th, I'm gonna lock it up, push up to the sky, core is nice and tight. I may need to put my other arm off to the side to balance, but I'm gonna go for 6 overhead squats on that side. Now, if we have any shoulder issues or you need to scale that, pretty easy scale from the snatch. You're just gonna leave it in front rack position, and you'll go for 6 squats from front rack. So you've got 2 options, either the overhead squat or the front squat from that position, but we got 6 squats on that side. You're gonna switch arms. We got 6 on your right side, 6 overhead squats. Put the weight down. I'm going off for a run. Sprint out, sprint back, catch your breath, shake out. If you don't have a strip, if this is a great workout to do outside, the weather's been great. If you don't have a long strip to run on, what you're looking at is a hard sprint, and your scale for today is going to be 40 seconds of wall sprinting. So I do want you to find your wall. We're not going to run on the spot, but I want you to get on the wall, and I want you to push hard, like you're pushing that wall away. If you have something that you could push inside, you can even get onto, set up a chair, your ottoman, don't scratch your floors. If you have something that you can push, I want you to push it for a distance. Maybe you don't have 50 meters, or maybe you don't have 50 meters. Maybe you have, maybe 10 meters. That's awesome. Go back and forth, make it a shuttle. So what I want is something that's going to emulate a 100-meter sprint, 50 meters out, 50 meters back, so you should be out of breath. This isn't something that takes 10 seconds. Again, you're looking at something that's probably going to take you about anywhere between 30 to 40 seconds to complete this distance. Measure it if you can. Your iPhone GPSs can help measure it. Do whatever you can, but try and be as close to this distance as possible. Have some fun today, guys. Get outside. It's a great one. It's an easy one to just take your implement outside, take a yoga mat outside. You can get the whole wad done in the sun. That vitamin D is important. Please be eating your vegetables. Create your perfect plate. If you're struggling with anything, call us, message us. We're here. The CrossFit Open, or the Canuck, or the COVID Open is open for registration. CrossFit is releasing an at-home workout once a week. Kind of runs like the Open. There's leaderboards. You can see how you rank on the worldwide leaderboards. I'm going to be running the WODs in our class programming anyway, so you might as well sign up. It is free to sign up, and it helps to support your box. So check out all the data I posted online. Do it as a community. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow and Saturday for our community WOD at 10 a.m. Have a great day. See ya.